Hey, how's it going, guys? So I had a unfortunate tragedy turn into a blessing in disguise, I might say. Basically, I went to some pawn shops the other day and I got some games that I knew a local game store sold for a lot of money, and I traded them in for a lot more in-store credit. Basically doubled the amount of money I spent cash-wise at the pawn shops and got in-store credit at this game store. And the game store didn't really charge up their prices, so it wasn't that bad. But I was excited because they had this Gameboy SP at the game store, and it's in very excellent shape. It's really clean. It had the charger, everything, and I got it for $25. I got $5 off the $30 price there because I have a membership. So for $25, I got this Gameboy SP, and really, it's like I spent maybe $14 cash when you think about the amount of money I spent on the games at the pawn shop that I traded in. So I'm real excited. I get this SP home. The reason why I wanted an SP is because it can play the original Game Boy games as well as Game Boy Advance games, and the Game Boy DS Lite can only play Advance games and DS games. It can't play the old original Game Boy games. So I got Legend of Zelda in here. I was testing everything out, and it all seems to be working fine. And then I shortly noticed thereafter if I load into the game here, I shortly noticed thereafter that the right trigger here, which makes Link charge with his boots, doesn't work. Or if it does work, it works very seldomly, like there. I have to click it a lot of times, and then finally it works. Which pretty much screws you in a lot of Game Boy Advance games because you kind of need the buttons to react when you push them. So I looked online, and I was, trying to figure out what the deal is with this. And I guess there must be dust or something on the connector there. And so in order to fix it permanently, you'd have to take this apart and clean off the contacts under the right trigger with like a Q-tip and some alcohol, get the dust off, clean it up. But as I was searching around, I noticed that they have two different models of the SP, and this is the main point of the video here, folks, is if you want to get an SP, you want to have the best Game Boy that can play original Game Boy games, then you don't want to get this model, which is, it's too small to see here, and my camera can't focus in on it. But basically, this model right here is an AGS-001. And the model you want to get is an AGS-101. The reason why I say this is because this Game Boy that I got has a lit screen, yes, but it is a front lit screen. It's not backlit, and it kind of fades the color a bit, and the screen isn't nearly as bright as an actual backlit screen. So the AGS-101 is the one you want to get because it has an actual backlit screen. So because this right trigger is not working, this is actually a blessing in disguise because I will be able to take this back as it's defective and save my credit for a AGS-101 Game Boy, which has a much better screen. I'll put a link in my description showing you guys the comparison between the two. But yeah, just wanted to get the info out there in case you guys wanted to pick one of these up in the future. Take care and see you later.